I graduated from MTM in 2018. So I joined Walmart about a year later after that. I think what's been helpful is three factors across MTM. So one was learning about the strategic side, like the class Professor Phillips was just talking about, being able to just analyze technology products, things like that there. Another one was around like just being able to understand how does the day-to-day in tech work, like especially through the cohort like other peers I had, as well as doing the projects. And then lastly, just being able to have a good analytics and data lens to be able to understand, how do you usually look at problems? How should you actually look at data? So in my current role, I'm the director of product here. Started as a senior PM and have grown over the years. Our field project is actually very close to kind of sometimes the day-to-day work that I do. We did it with a company in Santa Barbara as well. And we went through like the basics of like how do you implement a project, how do you do analysis, but then you face setbacks and like that opportunity of seeing real world setbacks of, oh wait, we can't get in contact with this. Oh, there's this dependency. Those are kind of the challenges that we deal with like in day out of understanding how to work with different teams, how to deal with dependency management, how to manage like expectations on timelines and deadline slipping and things like that. What was interesting was we had a diverse group of backgrounds that I worked with as well, and it helped me actually understand better like voices, different perspectives, as to kind of Christian said or Nikita said, around like we had people who were engineering, people who were business consulting, like I was before in banking and then business consulting. We had people who were in design as well. So having that diverse set of backgrounds in the cohort-based learning structure was super helpful because that's kind of what I work with even in day in and day out now. Is quite a few different backgrounds of business stakeholders, design, engineering, data, etc. And I'll just echo that, right? I'm actually from a humanities background, and like I learned the language of how to work with different backgrounds, work with engineering, work with business, still like design, etc. And that does help me even in the day to day and landing my first job out of MTM too. A lot is, I was actually on one of these sessions like almost 80 years ago at this point, almost maybe 7.5, 8 years ago. And then someone back then offered saying like, hey, feel free to reach out to, Aaron to connect them with me. Like, I'm more than happy to talk with anyone that's more interested because that offer itself, like I actually talked with many, many in the first couple cohorts of MTM to actually figure out if this was the right fit, if I'm spending my time in the right place. And that actually helped me, understand like, oh, okay, this is actually what I was looking for between the different programs I was evaluating. So I'll make the same thing, like pay it forward for others, like others have in the past for me. Happy to talk to anyone, connect with anyone, just to answer any basic questions on the program, my experience, my growth in my career.